Yeah.
Look how happy, look at this happy person.
So happy.
It only took about 5 hours to find the place, but
It's a lip gloss.
worth it.
It's shaped like an apple. It's so cute.
So I loaded up on gifts for Ash too. This places like New York. Oh, look at that. Look at that happy face.
Look how cute.
All right, so Sophie and I are killing time in Chinatown. And Sophie, I smashed an iPhone. But I knew I was gonna smash it though, right? So it's okay. So I was doing a time lapse. I put an iPhone up on top of the old payphone booth, and I said when I put it up there, I bet the wind's gonna grab this thing and knock it over. Oh, that's bad. So what just happened is my phone that I was taking time lapse on, it just fell off the top of this phone booth here. As predicted, this thing smashed. But this is my old iPhone, and I just use it for time lapse. So as long as the lens doesn't break, it's okay. It's not great. That's really smashed though, look at that. If you watch anything related to Rooster Teeth, you probably know that everyone at Rooster Teeth travels a lot. And Ash and I have some very specific experience traveling. When we were on the Amazing Race, we had to live out of a backpack about this big for 22 days. And we had to be able to pack for every imaginable climate. We have learned a lot about packing. And to go to Australia, I'm gonna do something I never do, which is use a check bag. But the real secret, these are packing cubes. I love these things. Joe wants to go. Okay.
Joe keeps getting in my bag.
Okay, so I've got socks. I always overpack socks. Got my hat, because you need sun protection in Australia.
Who needs ozone? Not Australia.
Got some shorts, because it's warm in Australia. Got underwear, also overpacked. Workout clothes. Regular t-shirts, some jeans. Always have to have jeans. And then my polo shirts. And then because we're going to go to New Zealand afterwards, and it gets a little bit cooler in New Zealand, what would you call this? A jumper in Australia?
A jumper.
A jumper.
Hashtag not an ad.
All right, so now that everything is in the packing cubes, then I can put them in the suitcase. And I think I'm about to learn that I have way more suitcase than I have stuff to pack. Yep. So, look at that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. So I have way more suitcase than I need, but that's very fortunate. I gotta put a number of these boxes in there, and those are heavy. And what those are, I like to give out challenge coins to people. I make a different one every year. This is the one from last year. A little bit hard to read. It says Bernie at the top in 2016. And it has RTX and all the things that I worked on there. This is this year's coin. A little more elegant. It's embossed. On the front, looks more like a coin. Rooster Teeth 2017. Okay, so this is all of my vlogging equipment. Lenses, camera, other camera, phone, time-lapse cameras, GoPro cameras, drone. Those are the tripods, cables and batteries over here, and then an editing laptop. And some other stuff, like lights and other stuff in here too. So the trick is, how do I get all of this stuff into that bag? Let's do it.
Joe, you want to go to Sydney? I don't think he wants to go.
I don't think he wants to go either.
I think if we leave here 2:45, get to the airport a little bit after 4, then we can see if we can change my seats so that we're sitting together, because that would be nice for an international flight.
That would be nice. So now I'm gonna go into the office and do some work before we get on the plane and go to Australia. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but when I went to New York late last week for a last minute kind of press tour, in which I talked very briefly about the fact that I would love to do a RWBY live action movie some point way in the future, and Entertainment Weekly decided to print that as a headline. So that's been a fun morning for me. Anyway, on the trip to New York, I got a cold, or the flu or something. I had a fever all weekend, so now I'm getting on an international flight with a snuffly nose. Bumper. Handsome devil. So Ash and I are about to head out right now to the airport to fly to Sydney, and I just sent a message to everybody who's attending RTX Sydney on behalf of the company. And I pointed out something that they might not be aware of, which is most of the people at Rooster Teeth, especially the second and third generation of our talent, they have never traveled internationally when anybody besides Barack Obama was president. And Barack Obama was a very popular international president. Some of the older guys, we have traveled under different presidents, especially conservative presidents, and I had to warn everybody that people in other countries have a very keen interest in American politics, especially when we have conservative leadership. And I actually, under the George W. years, all anybody ever wanted to do was to talk to me about George W., especially after he was reelected. They constantly asked me about him. When people would find out I was American in a restaurant or a bar, they would walk up and ask me about it. They didn't know me otherwise. In fact, a lot of times we get told because we work in entertainment, we shouldn't have an opinion. At the same time, whenever we go anywhere else, people want to know exactly what we think about it. And even if their country is ridiculously conservative, it doesn't matter. They still have strong opinions about it. Ashley just got stopped by security for carrying a big box of my coins. What did you do wrong?
What did I do wrong?
You got stopped.
Yeah, I helped out a dude that I shouldn't have helped out, carrying all his shit.
Yeah.
This is yours, sir?
It is.
It's all his fault.
Call mine.
You'll see, they've got his picture on him and everything.
So, in the amazing coincidence of coincidences, we are being helped by Eliza, who helped us on our first leg of the amazing race when we were leaving Austin. Always an amazing help to us. Unbelievable.
We're really making this a
coincidence.
habit.
Try my best.
I just want to sit with you.
Oh, you looked down when we said that. You looked a little sad.
That's because I am sad.
Be happy.
It's a long flight to not sit by you. I mean, I'd have to hear somebody else snore.
Ashley's a little worried because she's not sitting next to me on the flight from Dallas to Sydney, and she's sad.
I don't want to be between two strangers.
You need an adventurous mindset.
Yeah?
As long as it's really good.
Good?
So, what do we have to do now?
Okay.
First of all, what are our seats?
Our
For the
seats.
First time ever.
Our seats for the first time ever are on the upper deck. We've never flown on the upper deck of a plane.
It's still economy.
It's still economy, but it's upstairs economy.
It's upper deck economy.
So we weren't able to get seats directly next to each other, but I was able to get the aisle across, and we're gonna try and do a swapsies with whoever's next to Bernie because I think I deserve that.
Chance of
And they're both
success.
aisles. Oh, 75?
75%.
Well, they'd be switching from an aisle to an aisle, same row.
2
still
feet
get
away.
full head. Yeah. And otherwise, we'll just have lots of loud conversations across them until they switch.
Torture.
Yeah.
This nice gentleman is switching seats with Ashley so we can sit together. What's your name, sir?
My name is Graham.
Hey, Graham. Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate
Kind
it.
gentleman. The flight to Sydney is 17 hours long. And
From Dallas.
From Dallas, right. And we're about, what, 14 hours into it at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about probably 14, 15 hours into a 17-hour flight. Then we have some plans for later today. We may or may not be going to a zoo. I like zoos too. Are you excited to be in Sydney? Excited for RTX Sydney?
I'm so excited. We're gonna go have absinthe tonight.
Is that tonight?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we'll work around the zoo.
We'll get on the zoo. Okay, so we made it to lovely Sydney, which is where we are now. I have actually sunglasses on because I broke mine. We are preparing for an RTX shoot. I don't know if I can say what it's for, so we're out scouting locations for a big shoot we're doing with a lot of people who are attending RTX this weekend.
We're actually
And
under
look
the
what's
Harbor
over there.
Bridge.
That's the Sydney Opera House. If you've never seen it before. And we're under a bridge. So Ashley and I are going now to the zoo. We're gonna go to the Taronga Zoo.
Yep.
Right? So we're gonna get a nice cool tour
You
of the
wanna,
zoo.
wanna pet some koalas and
Gonna pet a
get
koala.
chlamydia?
No chlamydia.
What?
This is Will. That's Patrick. You guys came in early.
I've been here since Monday. He got here on Tuesday. So
Tuesday.
You were here Monday, so did you fly out on Saturday?
flew out on Saturday. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Why'd
Super
you guys come
early.
early? Without giving too much away.
Well, with every RTX now that we're doing several productions everywhere we go. So we're shooting an immersion and some other scenes for lots of stuff here. So been getting ready for that.
So one of the amazing things about the Taronga Zoo in Sydney, I don't know if you can see it back there, but there's the skyline for Sydney there in the background. And over there, you might be able to see it, they're the cable cars. So if you take the ferry across the harbor and you start off at the bottom of the hill, you take the cable cars up and it goes over a bunch of the animal exhibits, and then you can work your way back down the hill as you go past them all. So it's really cool to go over the top. If you're ever in Sydney and go to the zoo, take the cable cars in. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. So this is the end of our day, day one in Sydney. We went to the zoo today. We went to the airport. We went to other places where I was completely jet lagged. This is one of Ashley's favorite places in the whole world. This is an absinthe salon that is in Sydney. She used to come to this place all the time when she lived in Sydney. She lived here for 4 years. And every time we come here, she takes me here. I didn't use the word dragged.